nice. Secondly, I was thinking, I haven't been making these videos lately for a while, and things just come up on my mind and in my heart and that I want to share. So why not, just turn the camera on and share. So if you're going through a season of like confusion or uncertainty, how do you say that? Uncertainty. It's a weird word for me to say. But anyways, you're going through, just a season when you're a believer and when you're walking with, Christ, you go through different seasons, and I believe, that everything happens for a reason, and God is just using everything, for the good, for those that love Him. And God knows my heart. He knows how much I love Him, and sometimes I just get so frustrated and so overwhelmed and just confused, and like, I don't know which way He wants me to go sometimes. But I was watching a video yesterday that was saying basically when we have faith and we ask, God will give us wisdom if we ask, and have faith when we ask. So when we ask, we can't ask God to show us which way to go with, us thinking that we know the best way. Like, we have to ask Him, having faith and in a posture, having your heart in a posture of knowing that, God knows best. We don't. No matter what we feel, think, see, hear, like, we do not know what's best for us. God does. And sometimes we want things for ourselves so much that, that can overtake us having faith in letting God steer the wheel. And it's like God's timing is so different than ours, and we have to realize and remember that we're not on our time. This is God's time. So things aren't going to happen in our own time when we hope and wish that it would, although it would be nice if, it could. And God does give us the desire of our hearts when we're following Him and seeking Him. But sometimes it might take a little longer than others for you to get true revelation and confirmation about something. And in that, you're learning different things, and He's developing your character in different ways. And it is what it is. Sometimes we just have to be patient. And it sucks, not gonna lie. But in the meantime, if you're waiting on a decision from God, or waiting on, direction from God, just use that time. Try to use that time as time to focus on yourself. Well, not yourself, but God first. But, focus on you and self-love, learning to love yourself. I've been married for 7 years. I can't believe 6 or 7 years. And right now, taking a break from just basically, I'm taking a break and learning to love myself. Sometimes you can get lost in your relationship or marriage and kind of like lose yourself because you try so hard you become one in a marriage, but at the same time you need to still have your own identity and still stay focused on yourself. And if you can't figure things out, like, sometimes you just gotta take a break. And when you try and it's just hard. It's like, I understand you're gonna have, love sometimes takes work and effort, but if it's that hard, sometimes you just gotta take a break and focus on the positive in life, because you can easily get frustrated, with not being able to understand each other or get on the same page about certain things. And you can still love each other and adore each other and be there for each other, but just you kind of take a time out on putting that energy and effort into the marriage itself. and just trying to figure out like what else God has for you. You know, like I want to know what God has for my life as a whole. I tend to always look like at the future, and I know I'm trying to work on this too, because I think there's something to be said about taking it day by day, and I'm trying to do that, and I think I'm learning to do a better job of that. But you know, I also look long term a lot, and I want to see like what God has, what is my purpose for this life. I know right now, you know, I feel like a big part of my purpose is raising these two beautiful, amazing daughters of ours, and that gives me so much joy to get through this crazy life. But basically, if you don't have, you know, you don't know what to do about something, just pray and pray and pray, and keep holding, you know, steadfast. Don't give up. Don't get discouraged. I mean, it's natural to get discouraged, but don't give up on God. Like, He's always there. He knows, He hears you, and He sees you, and He's there even sometimes when we don't feel like He is. And, you know, no matter what you're going through, like, get down on your knees and pray. And the more you welcome the Holy Spirit, the more you talk to God. You know, one thing that helps me is writing in my journal to God. And I notice when I feel disconnected, like, I notice a correlation between when I'm not writing to Him and then I'm not listening to worship music. I kind of fell off all that and like listening to sermons. And when I get back into that, I start noticing God feels closer. You know, I feel like I can hear Him, it's like feel His heart more. So I'm gonna try to just focus on that, and focusing on, you know, learning, getting back to myself, like getting myself working on my health and eating better and working out, and just focusing on enjoying the moment with the girls each day, you know, and just the positive, all the blessings. Like, we just went on this trip, and that was an amazing opportunity, an amazing experience, and it was priceless. I really, really, really appreciate having that. That was such a big blessing. So, you know, at the end of the day, like, and maybe that's what life is, you know, is like. Maybe you're not gonna have all the answers. You know, that's one thing about living for God, is He's in control, not us. We have to just follow Him the best that we can, and sometimes we don't know what He wants us to do, but we just have to keep going to Him, and eventually, you know, if your heart is in the right place, eventually you're gonna get to where He wants you to be. So I don't know if that, you know, helped anyone, but I hope that can offer a little encouragement to anyone that feels frustrated or just, you know, unsure of where to go in life. If you're at a crossroad of not knowing, you know, what decision to make or whatever like that. So I hope all of y'all have a great day. It's hot outside today. It's 97 degrees, so it is a hot one, but life is good, even in the struggle. You know, everyone has their own struggles. It's easy to look at other people and to feel so alone and feel like you're the only one going through stuff, but you're not. Like, everyone has different struggles, different battles that they're fighting. So the more we open up to each other and just be honest and transparent and lay it all out on the table, the more that others can relate, and the more that you realize you're not alone. And there's something to be said about just knowing when I see other people and they tell their story and, you know, talk about what they're going through, it just makes me feel so much better to know that I'm not alone. So anyways, I hope y'all have a good weekend, and I will talk to you later.